Stanley, what you need, Stanley? Kitty, kitty, meow. Kitty, kitty, meow. Stanley, meow. Meow, meow. 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 Stanley. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, say hi to me, Stanley. Come here. Come here. He said, no, I'm not in a mood. I'm not in a mood for you. Want to brush your hair? I love you. Come here, Stanley. Kitty, kitty, meow, meow. Oh, my. Good boy. Let's not show him the southbound end of a northbound cat. That's a Dwayneism. Dwayneism. Some of the things I say aren't my own words. They belong to sayings that I've gotten from other people.
Oh, I wondered about that.
What?
Because sometimes you'll say things that
They don't sound like something I'd say.
yeah.
That's when people would shake, he'd be like, "You look like a dog pooping a peach seed."
Oh.
Or sometimes he'd see, I find humor in things and other people find so much offense. They're just like, oh my god, that's a terrible thing to say. But he would find a woman's derriere attractive. Okay? And he'd say, check out the turd cutter on that one. Turd cutter.
Who said that?
I'm not gonna say it again, Ma. Maybe he doesn't want people to know that he used to say that one back in the olden days. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he doesn't talk like that anymore. I got you, Benny. There you go, bud. Oh, he's got all static electricity. You all right, bud? All right. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these talks on the way I feel about things. I was just telling Ma, I said, Ma, that's it. I'm cutting my hair. I'm cutting my hair, Ma. That's it. I'm doing it. Can't take it no more. All I got to do. As a matter of fact, I already did it. I just haven't found the person to do it yet.
That's a good point, though.
So I don't like it. I'm not comfortable. It at night when I sleep.
It's not there.
It's just.
And it's not familiar.
I need to be a short hair. I'm a short hair. I'm too much of a hothead anyway. And I live in a town, man. Check out this crap. Check this shit out, man. I can't make this stuff up. It cracks me up, man. People are so fearful that they have to control everything in their periphery. I live in Teos, New Mexico. They don't like it when you say Teos. They pronounce it Taos, but to me, Teos sounds more podunk, and I live in a very podunk place. I've lived in a lot of places, and this is the podunkiest place I've ever lived. I go into Wally World today to get a coffee, or to get a teapot, hot water kettle. Beep, beep. and to get a mount for my phone for the minivan. And what else did I get? I thought there were 3. Anyway, so I go in and because yesterday they in the governor of New Mexico. I fucking can't stand her, man. Women like her make me least gay. Less gay. Women like her. Frickin' yeah. She lifted the mask mandate because they don't want to do to people yet in America what they're doing to people in Canada. So it's like appease the little minion people, appease them for a little while, and then watch they'll do it again. But the thing of it is they lifted it in New Mexico yesterday about 2:00 when I was at Wally World, and I walk into Wally World today to get that teapot thing. And everybody is like still wearing them. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What's going on? Why are they still wearing these stupid things? Why? The governor said nobody got to do it inside anymore, and yet the county in which I live decides we're going to still fucking do it because we're fat, dumb, and lazy, and we're fearful. And we like it better when we don't have to open up businesses and do our jobs that we get paid for anyway. That's how these bureaucrats are. They like to be all shut up and hidden. You can't get to them. You can't get them. You can't. No, they will never hear your complaints because you can't get to them. They don't. Well, you think they answer and read every email they get? Oh no, I didn't get that email. It's freaking crap. So I go up to the everybody was wearing masks. And I go up to the kid in the camera department that works there. I'm like, why are you still wearing these? Because I'm not wearing mine. I'm like, why are you still doing it? And he's like, because Taos County hasn't lifted the mandate yet. And I was like, have you ever seen or met one person in this town of less than 6,000 people? Anybody that is on that city, that what city committee, control freaks, whatever? Have you? And they're like, no. And I was like, then why would you listen to what they have to say? Why do people listen to strangers, man? I have a hard time believing. I mean, I respect people that I've come to know that because when they say something, what they say, they do. And those are the people that I follow. My whole life, my mom is trying to teach me how to be accountable. If you broke it, you replace it. If for all time. Forever growing up a society where you don't do that. Where people are become less and less accountable. I live in a state, there's people that have like 6, 7 DUIs. The judicial system is shit because the people in it that running it, they profit more from looking the other way. They're shady. They have no ethics. It's everywhere. You can tell by looking at people. You can tell. People's insides often match their outsides. Yeah, and those people that like dress to the nines that you never see flawed, that you never see, men and women like wear the freaking top brands, freaking just like no thread out of place, no thread, just press, boom, boom, boom. Those are the people you got to be careful of because they are the freaking maniacal control freaks. Yeah, they can't let anything just be. In their mind, they control things 100%. And ain't nothing 100%. So, I live in a stupid place. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stay around here. I don't know where me and Mom are going to end up. Huh, Ma? Where do you think the earth is going to have us next? Wherever we end up next, Ma, we ain't going no place no more because I'm tired of moving. You know it? Yeah. I'm tired of moving. It's the land that I love in this country. It's the people that have turned it to shit. It is so hard. I look on my news feed, all the people that crumbled. All the people that don't stand their integrity. People that I was in the military with. The air farce. Because they catch their pension, they just keep their mouth closed, don't want to cause any problems, just live, just not perpetuating any ideology that you ever, live for 20 years. The idea of freedom is just an idea. It's just an idea. Yeah. Some people want more freedom than others. Some people want a lot more than other people want in this life. That just shows you how many times they haven't incarnated. It's the people that just like, ho-hum, just want to be happy. We bopping along. You don't need freaking cars that cost freaking 6 figures. Stuff like that. That's like new soul stuff. Little gray kitty was just sleeping in the bed over there. So he's like, whoa, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. So, anyway, it's getting pretty stupid everywhere. Freaking I don't know what's going on north of the border. I dip in there every now and again. It just felt like bullcrap the whole time. And that little guy, he's that little freaking rodent, man. That's how you can tell who these little bitches are. These little bitches, you can't ever get to these little bitches, and they just freaking cause the most disdain. Just people that just do stuff just because they can, because they're freaking jerks. Stan Lee, I don't want to see your back. He's so cute. He's such a good cat. He's a very good cat. Laser eyes. Blue, blue, blue. Anyway. So stuff is just like, the way I look at it is how much bull crap are people going to put up with? If you ever saw that movie called, it was back when, oh God, what year was that? 1992, 1993, with Robin Williams, called Toys. There's a scene where his brother is like, comes in and he wants to develop his war toys, so he needs more space to develop his war toys. I don't want to watch my cat take a bath. And so, you could see that the room starts shrinking. These people are in this room. They're all standing in this this room, and then like tiled room, and they're in like their suits, you know. And I think that, I don't know, they were product testing, like rubber vomit and poop and stuff like that. Stuff that they used to they used to sell in the humor shop when I grew up in Reading. Anyway, this room started freaking shrinking. And then before you know it, they're like on top of the table that they were just standing around in this rather, you know, this sizable room. And they peep in and it's like, sorry, we needed more room for our death and destruction. You know, death and destruction. I thought we're only on this planet for how long? And people are so caught up in freaking killing stuff. Control. Power. It's so weird what this place turned into. And then if you try and speak out for, you know, freedom or anything like that, you're a terrorist in some capacity, like a what do they call it? That domestic. When you're like, no, people, be free. How is that terrorizing people? No, people, don't listen to the government. They've never said anything true. And you think in terms of how many resources they've sucked up to kill people in other countries for their resources. Basically, we're just big bullies. Yeah, we're just big bullies. And then so you work in the system for 20 years, 25 years, get a pension, whether you're enlisted or an officer. And, you know, people they're not like me. They're not going to step up and see, I recognize the grossness and the nasty of what I was a part of. I could only do 6 years. I'm going to get out. I'm going to let people know how gross it really is. No. People I know freaking got sucked up in it, benefit from it, still benefit and profit from it. And I'm the oddball. You know... When people don't stand up for something, they're going to fall for anything. And now, unfortunately, this whole country is in peril. And it's because people would rather... Are you still cleaning yourself? Okay. That's what... Laser eye, kitty meow. Stanley, cutest can be Stanley. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like this, but people haven't degraded yet. They just haven't. They haven't. I stopped by the taco truck today to get Mom. I was gonna get Mom some chicken enchiladas. It's a little too spicy for her, so. But they're so nice there. And their ingredients is fresh, and they don't use a lot of like seasoning and salt and stuff like that. And you can tell because they always use fresh ingredients and stuff. So sometimes I like a break from cooking, so I'll stop off there. And they asked how Mom was doing. That makes me feel so good. Of course, I tell everybody about her. Everywhere I go. Show her pictures. Look at my mom in her sunglasses. My mom's cuter than your mom. Nah. Mom. She's a neat lady. Freaking 5. She's got like, I gotta look up her chart again. It's been a while. I don't know her birth chart, and her birth certificate is 71 years old, or like 67 years old, 68, because it came from her. She was born, I think she was born around someplace where we live. I literally think that God brought us back to where her roots are. I'm not even kidding about it. It's a trip. She has first cousins like within 20 minutes from here, according to Ancestry.com and stuff like that. It's weird. So she was put in an orphanage in the beginning of her incarnate. She was born with club feet. And see all these things that people say the government does that. Me and Mom, we both been a part of these things. That they say, no, that doesn't happen. Well, I'm here to speak out on behalf of women like my mother that for generation after generation after generation has tolerated what men, bureaucracy, control has done to her. Yeah. So, in the beginning of her life, she was put in an orphanage because she was born with club feet. And because, 1950, young Native American baby, they just want to take them all and freaking wipe out all of that. Wipe it all out. So they put her in an orphanage to bleach, start the bleaching process. Was adopted into a white family. Businessman in New Mexico. He was a mayor someplace in some small city. His father was a prominent businessman because, top dollar gets the cutest kids. It's still like that today. It's all a racket. So they put her in an orphanage, and then she got adopted. She had a stroke when she was 38 years old. I was 15. I knew from then on we'd be a package deal until one of us took our last breath. Yeah. Yeah, so, she came to live with me about 15 years ago, and I lived in Omaha, and Omaha didn't work out for me, so I opted to go out to Oregon. Oregon didn't work out. Now we've been looking for our forever home ever since. When we get back here, it's like the roots of our ancestors are drawing her back here. And all the while, all my life, throughout the last 15 years, she's been with me. People, even my own brother, put her in a home, put her someplace else, go get a job, go have your life, go do this, put her in a home. And I'm just like, she's my mother, I'm her daughter. I wasn't obviously I wasn't there at the beginning of her life, when she was turned over to the system. And, see, I haven't had faith in the system because I've seen the lazy, softer, sloppy, seedy, perverted, gross side of it. And I haven't had a whole lot of faith in it. And for all those that have for years and years and years, I think most people recognize the flaws in it and the insidiousness and the grossness of the people who are pulling the strings, People know that so many people feel like their hands are tied. But I had a lot of people, that I thought I respected, that I valued their word and their opinion. They're all like, just put her, and I'm like, oh, and then what it really occurred to me, I'm kind of a Jungian. I love Carl Gustav Jung and his teachings. And I just keep thinking to myself, they're telling me how they are. People want you to be like them. So all these people that have thrown their family members away in some capacity or another, traded something else for the relationship that they had, the kinship that maybe once they had, but it was replaced with more important things, you know? Because some people only have the capacity to spin a few plates. You know, that old plate spinning trick. Some people can only spin one plate at a time. Some people can only spin 2 plates at a time. Some people get some plates going, you know, lots and lots. But oftentimes, man, everybody's talking about, you know, all this ooga booga stuff, this, you know, the dark and evil things that happen on the planet. And it's just like, the more shadow people have within themselves, the more you're going to identify with what you see out there. That's how I've always found it to be true. So I always get I've learned a lot of lessons because I've ignored the shadow in a lot of people. And I ignored my warning of their shadow. And now I look at it as a little game, is that I listen to my gut now. I listen to my own telling and knowing and all that, comings and goings. I listen to myself, and I would rather be wrong about somebody than how did I say that before? My train of thought just derailed. I've been getting up at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sleeping real good at night at all. I thought since the full moon happened that maybe, okay, that was a lot of potent energy and then that was it. No, it was 2 nights after that. I haven't slept much at all. And there's good things coming down the pike. The end of winter's near for some. I got my first wedding on Tuesday, and I get to go to the chiropractor for the first time. I'm paying out of pocket. Of course, it's, you know, that's the thing, is like, you live in a small town. Hopefully you come across people that you just find, you know, hey, who does this for that, you know? Going back to the old new age. For sure. For sure. Oh, but things are getting crazy. I'm going to go meditate here in a few minutes. That's why I wanted to do this early, is that I wanted to meditate and get all blissed out and then just kind of zone out the rest of the day and not freaking do a talk at like 4 or 5 in the evening, because it's Saturday and quite frankly, I do a talk like at 5 in. I'm tuning into energies at that time that I really don't want to tune into right now at all. You know, frequency, what people are doing. I look at human beings, we're just radio receivers. And whatever frequency that you're tuning into, wherever you are vibing in your heart space with personal, wherever I'm vibing in my heart space, with whatever personal choices I'm making, you know. If there's more people on the planet with a withholding, selfish, greedy, freaking heart space beat in their heart than generous, loving, and kind, we're going to keep getting more of what we're getting on the planet. So, I read one the other day. Haven't seen one in a while. Not a real Heyoka. Only boys can be Heyoka. Women can't be Heyoka. I'm a fraud. You know, it's like if I listen to what... So, it's like there's a definition of all of these criteria, right? Of what the heart space, of what Heyoka are. None of it ever says gender, but there's a group of people that says, no, it's just a man thing. Well, looking around the last couple years, I haven't seen a whole lot of men. I've seen a lot of little boys hiding behind masks, just doing what they're told. I see a lot of little boys that feel bad because they didn't take care of themselves. They let themselves go. They haven't seen their manness without the aid of a mirror in probably 15, 20, 25, 30 years. More often than not, it doesn't work as hard as they try, but sometimes it does. Just enough to keep the other ones sticking around, you know? Then ladies, let yourselves go too, girls. Let's keep it fair. Let's keep it fair. You know, it's just an imbalance that is just shrouded and covered this whole planet. People don't talk about their feelings anymore. They don't talk about their emotions anymore. They just go around eating them. We're stepping into the verge of the Aquarian age. We're just right on the outskirts of it. The energy is shifting, and not a lot of people are really enjoying the energy shifts. Because how many people are going to just have a change of heart? They're going to start having a change of heart. You know? People that have been adamantly living lifestyles in one kind of way are going to flip their script. However, will people respond and react to that? So what I'd like to hear, if people are watching my talk at all where you live, I'm a realist. I've always tracked realist, that trend. I'm a trend tracker. I track a lot of trends, a lot of stuff. I got a lot of input and output going on here. Real estate, and I'm looking for a forever home for me and Mom. In the local area in which I live, the freaking amount of money that people want for their freaking stuff is hilarious to me. So, but the thing of it is there's all these houses. Big money is leaving the city. And I'm not real sure if other people are going to be willing to replace it. I think, you know, because even towns have a shelf life, man. Even towns have a shelf life. Freaking people, greedy people can stifle and kill a town. You know, they can. So, people are a lot of freaking big money is leaving this area. Turnover's high right now. Turnover is super high right now. Does that sound like an exhaust of a vehicle? So some of the real estate, like here's a 4-bedroom. Ooh, Ma, this one's cute. We'll look at that later. I don't see a fence, but some of these look. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix it. Ooh, too much. So like people that have these communities, 8-bedroom, 8-bath, 3.4 million.
Whoa.
4-bedroom, 4-bath, 1.8 million. Yeah. Here is like a modular phone, you know, or a house, you know, like a track home kind of thing,
Okay.
like mobile home, like what we're in. 325,000.
My gosh.
And it's right, and it's like, oh yeah, you got this little stream right here. You got this little stream right here, right? But about just as close as that stream on this side over here is like the main highway, which is a 2-main road, but still, there during peak hours, you know. 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 297,000. There's a freaking people, and there's freaking poor people all over it. Because, like, the only town, I mean, you have people that are working online and stuff like that, and other companies and other cities that are headquartered and stuff. But, like, as far as business, like, the biggest business, of course, is the police station. And the bro club, you know. In the little area downtown. But everything's a racket. Like, you can't sell, like, you can't make stuff and, like sell it. You have to be like sponsored by a storefront, and then so they have to have their cut, and it's just all freaking, it's all stinky freaking small town bullshit. And that small town seeped into freaking, you know, across the country. And now a lot of good people, good-hearted people that just want to freaking, we don't want much in life like the rest of you fucking hogs. We don't need to be gazillionaires and stuff like that. We just want to live good, decent lives, and we see other people sometimes need help, and you help them. There's always an opportunity to help. And with as many, maybe somebody out there can answer me this. I got a third question. I'm real good about asking questions that people just can't seem to answer for me. And that is, anybody out there benefit from any non-for-profit organization that houses homeless? Any government agency? All these people that tout and absorb resources in the budgets of millions and upwards, soon to be billions, for helping people. You can't get a hold of anybody on the phone. Where exactly are you supposed to, get a hold of people, get all this help that people are paying themselves to do? Are people figuring it out yet? Whoever thought the planet Earth would be so cliquey, Ma? And if you didn't freaking fall in line to certain ideologies and act specific ways and be like everybody else, if you don't do that, you're gonna have a hard time in this life, huh? Yeah? But everybody's out there helping everybody, right? Playing the game. I don't like games like, what kind of games I like? I like games that people have to show what they can do. Like even small measurable games, like throwing cards into a hat. Like hitting a target. Things like that. See, people don't have aptitude for things like that anymore. So what they do is they use this false sense of outside freaking bullshit they call money, which isn't even fucking real. Money isn't even real. But so many people use it to buy stuff so that what? So that other people around them look around and say, wow, you must be a really good person because you have a lot of freaking expensive shit. And a lot of these people, in order to get all that stuff, it's what we got, quarters now. We got thirds now. We got a third of the planet that have just inherited their crap. Even the little muskrat, man. That little bitch. I hate that little bitch. That muskrat. Every time I see something happen that freaking where that guy, man, his karmic retribution, I don't even want to see it. I'm just happy to know it's going to be there. That dude freaking, and there's so many of them. Oh, and they tout about how they help people by donating, what did he say he donated? $5.4 billion or $1 million, all this stock, which isn't real, which is also another reindeer game. How many people have you put in a house? I'm gonna put people in houses. I'm gonna get people off the street and put them in a house. That's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna do it at least one time. I'd like to do it more, but first I gotta put us in a house, huh, Ma? I can't put other people in a house unless I put us in a house or a place, right? Yeah, Ma? See, and me and Ma, we don't need much. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Nah, we don't need much. Freaking more rooms, more fucking shit I gotta clean. I don't want that. Right? I just want a place where I can put a fence around it and open the door and let the dogs out. And then and then off the window, build a big old huge enclosure for a catio. For all the cats. And just freaking love stuff and take care of stuff and have people come visit and I'll cook for you and you can have some cookies. I'll make you cookies. I'm really good at the cookies. The cookies are good. Although this last batch, I gotta tell you, they're the least favorite I've ever made, flavor-wise. Yep, I do not like the flavor. I'm going to give most of. I'll probably freaking just. I tried to go out today and give a bunch of them away. It was Saturday morning. Nobody was around. When I can't find people. Like I saw one one homie and his wife and kids. They all tootle around because they live out, and so when people usually like you live out on the mesa and on the outskirts and stuff like that. During the day you come in town, you hang out, you see your friends. You do some work, whatever. And so I saw one homie like 3 times, but. We were always in driving, and I didn't see nobody else. So I just that's when universe tells me I gotta go within, and that I need to meditate and set my intention. Me and Ma split a root beer with our Mexican food. Energies are shifted. They're definitely potent. We're definitely into Pisces season. I'm Pisces and freaking Vedic is my sun sign. Hi Stacy, how are you and the babies? The grandbabies, I mean. I know. Your baby is like what? God, he's preteen, right? He's like my niece's age. Which is weird. They posted a post. This was kind of a trippy thing. I don't get to know what goes on. And she like posted a post, and then I checked later, and like she took all of her posts away. Like she removed them all. Like they were going down to South America, and then it was like they haven't posted anything yet. It was just kind of a trip. I know they'll be back, it's fine. She probably doesn't have international posted when they landed and like got a notification, and then like I don't know, it's weird. So watching a lot of the just I don't know, man. The world is a trip. It's a trip because for so many of us that have been made to just be in an pay attention environment. Like I've been in a spectator mode because I haven't been able to be real active the last few years, like going out and being a participant and stuff like that. Because I get arrested, ain't nobody gonna take care of mom. Nobody's gonna let the dogs out. So just watching how things are unfolding is just ultimately it's gonna be how much people are gonna be able to put up with. Somebody said recently it's like they didn't have a positive male role model when they were growing up. And I was trying to remember the last time anybody actually has. Dude, if I was a kid, I mean, even because I know how I thought when I was a kid. And if all this stuff was happening when I was a kid, I'd still be just as adamant that like all this mass stuff is stupid, and why can't people decide what they want to do, and how are these freaking dipshit politicians telling everybody what to do, and how are people listening? And then they just don't want to rock the boat. They just don't want to cause any problems. And I'm related more to those type of people. I am definitely the rainbow sheep in my family. The rainbow sheep. Yeah. But things are getting crazy. But ultimately, the date that all the astrologers are saying is April 12th to look at for those non-astrology people. And I think even the gematria people are looking at April 12th too. But that's 3 days after my birthday. That, but some people's crazy as other people's meh. Come get a hold of me when the poles flip, right? But all this stuff that we're seeing in the news and stuff, and all the stuff that's happening that we're not seeing, and just people are stepping into it. I started talking a few years back that, you know, people just need to believe in something. More people believe in themselves and that they're running their show. And I don't think that's the case. I think that there's higher powers and higher manifestations out there that have a bigger hand in this, you know. And you might as well. I don't know. I'm more for the lighter side. I ain't a shadow. I mean, I know my shadow. I got shadow. I'm Scorpio moon, both Vedic and Western too. I know all about it. I also recognize the consequences of living from that place, of being like that. Ever since I was a little kid, Mom would just like, don't be spiteful, don't be spiteful. And the times that I want to be spiteful, because a lot of times my natural inclination, be spiteful, be a jerk. You know, give them what they're, you know, give them more than they're getting, you know. All that stuff. The thing of it is the older you get, what you realize is that is more detrimental to you than it is to them. And for me, that's always come back to me in a very, very, very quick way. The times that I've been spiteful in my life, like in one measure, a great measure for me, I'm a driver. I like to drive. I've been driving my whole life. I wonder how many miles I've driven in my whole life. Anyway, I've driven a lot. Not as much as my dad. He's a truck driver for years and stuff like that. Plus, he's way older. But I've driven a lot. And I like to get different vibes, different vibrational frequencies of different places. And dang it, this song is on. Every time this song is on, it freaking makes me change my train of thought, derails. So I've driven all over the place. And when I am in ego, this is a good measure. When I am in ego, it's like I have the defensive mentality of driving. Like everybody's out of my way, right? And there have been a couple of times, like the times that I've been in a car accident, was one in particular, was in Sacramento, and I got my feelings hurt, and I didn't slam on the brakes. I'm not a freaking idiot, you know, but I was going through this turn, this little burp thing in this parking lot, and it was also wet, and it was like probably a 25 mile an hour thing, and I was going 40 probably through the parking lot, and then slipped, and I hit the brakes, and freaking hit the curb, and then because I got my feelings hurt, and I didn't hit the curb on purpose. I hit the brakes, and then when I hit the brakes, I hit the puddle and then slid into the curb. But if I would have just gone through, I wouldn't have slid through and hit the curb. So because of my hurt feelings, freaking airbags deployed, wrecked the car. It was a bad day. That was right before Valentine's Day, like 1996 or something like that. And then I had to freaking drive a broke down car Monday through Friday from Sacramento to San Francisco to do a work credit card deal that I was doing at the airport there. And then at the end of the week, we took it to the shop, and the guy said, "You shouldn't have driven this car here." Yeah. So, anyway, but living from ego, there's always consequence for me. That's why it's like, Marge, weigh the pros and cons. Weigh the pros and cons. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Most of the time it's not, but sometimes it is. Like, going around time, it's not worth it because people just like to hide. People like to hide. They like to hide. So this has been a great opportunity for all those people that have liked to hide. I don't like to hide. I don't like people that like to hide. Because they're always hiding stuff. You're always wondering what they're hiding. Because they're like to hide. What are you going to do? We're just spiritual beings having a human incarnation. Yeah. I'm not here to just go along to get along, though. I never understood what that was. And I always had a hard time with the people that came up with ideas because their ideas just weren't very good. Either they weren't very good for everybody, they weren't very fun. Still, there were very positive parts of today. We had more positives than negatives, I would say, huh?
That's right.
Wouldn't you say that, Ma?
I say that.
Mom got new. Mom, I brought the other 2 pairs of sunglasses in, so Mom decided she likes them both, so she's gonna keep all 3 pairs.
You can wear some.
My glasses transition, Ma.
Does that shift in the lighting?
Yeah, they go dark when I go outside, cause
Automatically?
automatically.
Automatically.
Yeah. They're old though. My glasses are like 7 years old.
You've taken good care of them.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I ran my mouth long enough. So I'm curious as to if the money in your local area, is it leaving too? Is it leaving too? 3-bedroom, 4-bath. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's so funny. Oh, here's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath for 1.85 million.
Million?
Yeah. It's like what people... There's like 3 fast food restaurants in here. Around here, some grocery stores, jail, schools.